Come on. All right. Video's running.
Sorry. Let me turn your cooler air back on.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to just turn the music down because I don't want to get a copyright against me. And this shouldn't have the whirring, clicking problem, which apparently comes from your modem. Apparently that's interference between the modem and the webcam. It's electronic interference because of the Wi-Fi.
If we longer phone cord is, we could move it. I don't know where I put it though.
Yeah, I don't know
Remember
where it
I
is
found it and then because I was going to move it, I didn't like it right there. But then I have no idea where it went.
All right, well, it went somewhere. Okay, so I was going to make a video today regarding a number of things, and I've got a number of ideas written down. Somebody asked me why Vancouver hates Mark Messier. No problem, I can go into that. I'll go into it season by season. I think I have magazines from every season that he was a Canuck. It wasn't all his fault, but he'll take the blame for it. I don't think he has a problem taking the blame for it. It's just weird because he's revered with Edmonton fans, he's revered with Rangers fans, and Canuck fans just hate him. I am doing this on the road. We're in Bellingham. That's energy.
Here.
So here you go. We're at Winco Foods, Washington State.
Look how sweetness.
So there we go. So we're on the road. But I was going to do a video on that. I've got a video about Patrick Marleau's 500 goals I'm going to do when I get home today, because 500 goals is a major accomplishment. And it'd be easy to diminish it and say, well, look how many games it took him to get there. No, that's a major accomplishment because of what Marleau's been through. So here we are. It's a Friday. It's pouring rain outside because we're south of the border. I'm sure when we get home it's not going to be pouring rain like this. But the internet today sent me towards a Sportsnet page which was populated by Steve Dangle. Now, I've been compared to Steve Dangle from the time I started doing this. Last May is when I started doing hockey videos, and I've stayed away from his videos. I haven't watched any until today when I watched his meltdown about the Leafs losing 5-1 in St. Louis. Maybe it's because I'm not a huge Maple Leafs fan. I consider myself relatively neutral regarding most things. They're gonna have rough spots. They're a young team. But to say, oh, they stopped playing when it was 1-1, no. Here's what happened. So St. Louis has gone through a season with Ken Hitchcock, who can be a prick. I respect Ken Hitchcock as a coach in general, but he can be tough to play for. He reminds me of Pat Burns was another one. I want to say Pat Quinn, but not really. There's certain coaches that first year you're going to get all kinds of points out of your team and Tortorella has been able to do that in the past. Didn't do it in Vancouver, but he has been able to do it. Those fiery coaches can get a lot out of a team for a year. That second year, they start resenting it. They start saying, no, we already did this. We've been through this. I'm tired of this crap. I'm tired of this guy yelling at me all the time. I'm tired of getting browbeaten. I'm tired of watching my teammates get blamed for things. So they quit. Now, Mike Yeo, regardless of what you think of him as a coach, whether you think he's good or he's bad, I don't have an opinion one way or the other. I think he's your average everyday coach. The thing is, he's new. And the team was excited yesterday to be playing for him, and that is significant. You can't look at a Leafs game against St. Louis just from a Leafs perspective. You have to see it from both sides. Sort of like last night, San Jose comes in and beats Vancouver, and I'm thinking, well, of course they did. San Jose is a contender. They came into the game looking to build on momentum they've had going. The Canucks, on the other hand, have had struggles. They have inexperience in certain parts of their lineup that can be exploited by a more experienced, more qualified to be a contender type team. So I didn't get upset that San Jose beat Vancouver in Vancouver 4-1. But man, Dangle just seemed... But here's the thing. When I do a video for you guys, I'm myself. I'm talking as I talk. Yvonne will back me up. I say these things when the camera's not on about Ryan Kessler or the Leafs or the Montreal Canadiens. Last night, for instance, when Philly tied the game with Montreal, I cheered, yay! And I'm like, yeah, I'm cheering for Philly because I fucking hate Montreal, is what I said to her. Word for word, I said that to her. I was very happy that Philadelphia... I don't portray a character on YouTube and then go home or away from the camera. I don't play something different. So it's very important to me to be genuine. And when I watched Dangle in that video, I was like, you can't be this upset. And I mean that with no disrespect to him. I mean, he can't be this upset. So when I see people coming on going, I hate Dangle, blah, blah, blah. This clearly is a character, although he's got a fanboy character. I saw what you guys meant when I did the fanboy video with the Canucks. And you guys are like, oh, no, he does that. So I stopped. I never did it again. And after seeing his, I don't understand. I'm not quite sure that I can tell a huge difference between the fanboy version of him and the real version of him, other than the fanboy version of him seems to get to the point a lot quicker. What are you laughing at? It just seems, and I'm trying really hard to be neutral here, but I came downstairs, and do you remember what I said to you?
Which part?
About him.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Which part, though?
Well, just what did I say?
You were talking about how he was all crazy.
Yeah. And in comparison to my videos, I said...
Oh, you were the anti-Steve Dangle.
I am the anti-Steve Dangle. So I will report on every team as I always do, which means more videos. That's why I do more videos, because I have to, because I'm reporting on more teams. I'm not going to cram everything into one video, as other internet entities tend to do. I'm not sure how, like, Young Turks do it and make it work. I mean, that's news, but they go on for hours and hours and hours, and I just don't understand how they do it. I don't have any energy to watch hours and hours and hours of three people sitting at a desk, so I don't know why the hell I would want to do hours and hours and hours of me sitting at a computer desk talking about hockey. As much fun as that would, and it would be fun. She's laughing because she knows I'm not lying about that.
I know.
But so that's the difference as I see it, is that he's playing a character, I'm being myself. I'm just making statements of hockey items as I see them, and you guys can have whatever opinion you want, and I respect opinions. And I don't know, I'm not sure that if I came across that channel organically that I would subscribe to it. And I'm being honest. Because, again, it just seems like he's so over the top. You can't have an intelligent conversation regarding sports if you're that emotional about your sports. And I can get very emotional in the moment, but once that moment's passed, I can deal. So, like, and I watched parts of that St. Louis-Toronto game. All I saw was a very good St. Louis team finally realizing they're a very good St. Louis team. I know they lost Backes. I know they lost Brian Elliott. Guess what? Brian Elliott just had a career year last year, and David Backes has broken down. I understand why St. Louis didn't meet that asking price, and Boston will regret it sooner or later. But I guess I'm not in that place, and I never want to be in that place where I'm this raving lunatic. You know, because I'm like, and I even looked at the time on the video, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm only 3.5 minutes in. It goes on for another 3 minutes, and I turned it off. I was like, I can't sit through another 3 minutes of this guy yelling at his video camera. Because for me personally, I didn't buy it. So this is the only time I'm going to talk about it on my channel. I'm not going to get into a debate over Steve Dangle and what he does or doesn't do, but I will never do that, because I mean, if I post a video because, like the Kadri hit, Marchand's hit, all these things, it's because I am emotional in that moment, and I do the video immediately and post it immediately. The idea of doing that just casually, I don't have the energy. I don't expect you guys to have any energy for that. I expect you guys to tell me to go to hell if I start doing that, and watch my subscriber count just drop like a rock. The whole point of my channel, and I've taken 9 minutes to get to this point. You keep laughing. The whole point of my channel is to discuss hockey with people who want to discuss hockey, may not have that chance where they're at. Like, at my work, I can talk about hockey with a couple people. Everybody else tells me to shut up. I got told by 4 people yesterday to shut up at work. 4 separate, one person told me twice. So, it's a special moment to be told to shut up, and then of course, my reaction is always just, I look at them and go, no, and I keep talking, because that's what I do. Especially if it's about hockey. I'm sorry, if you don't want to talk about hockey, you are in the wrong building right now, because I want to talk about hockey. But it's not an emotional place I talk from, unless it's something I care about, and even then I try to make sure I'm being rational. Because once you're no longer rational and you're just speaking out of pure emotion, you're not making a point. So I want to make sure that anything I post for you guys makes a point. Part of the reason I keep all those magazines around from all those years ago is that I want to make sure that I keep perspective on what's happening now. And if you can't keep perspective on William Nylander and realize that trading him right now would be a huge mistake down the road, you're not seeing things properly. So as we pull into the gas station, and we're going to be gassing up the van because this is an exciting day. I got a lot more American stuff. Rockstar energy drinks are like $1. Like, holy crap, I can get them for $3.59 a can at home. $3.49, I guess, at the superstore. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. And again, I'm not trying to attack anybody on anybody else's channel. I don't want this to come across that way. I just felt like a lot of people compare what I do to what he does. And I just want to say, if you're subscribers to both, awesome. But I'm as opposite of that as I think you can get. In emotions and in regards to how many teams I cover. I cover all of them as much as I can. And Buffalo fans, I know I told you guys I was going to do a video for you guys, and I will. Promise. I'll talk to you when I get home. Thanks for watching.